Nope. Good morning, everybody. It's 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It is Wednesday, January 23rd, 2021. And I'll start up right away here. And I'm going to do kind of like a little bit of a pre-market analysis and also for you guys to learn how to use some of these indicators. I'm going to be very cautious today in trading because we don't know what the heck the U.S. government is doing. On behalf of president impeachments again and all that other stuff. We'll see how the market reacts, but I will show you a couple of conservative areas where I'm going to be looking to trade, and we'll go from there. Alrighty, and so what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be switching this over now to risk disclaimer, and we'll go from there. Second here. This basically what it's saying is this is for educational purposes only, and I'm going to be trying to hopefully educate you guys on the futures market in order to hopefully get you guys to become consistent traders. We'll go from there. An announcement on the Discord for other people that might be looking for it. So, that being said, let's get right in to this presentation. Good morning, everybody. It's Mike. I'm outside. That's why I wear my jacket. It's been chilly this winter here, so I try to do it outside so it won't be as noisy. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off my water fountain in order for you guys to can hear what I'm saying, because I know there's going to be some crazy noise here. Alrighty. Now, I wear these for two reasons: stay warm, and also I have speech chat on, so when you guys are texting or whatever, I can kind of hear from the questions. So, with that being said, what I'm going to be showing you in the charts of the top-down approach, and what I always recommend you guys to do, I'm doing it sarcastically. I don't care what the book looks like. See this book right now? It's empty. Record your trades, record what you see in the market. And when you do that, you'll become hopefully a more consistent trader. Okay? So what we're going to do this morning is I'm going to show you, this is a daily chart, and I'm going to actually create the chart for you. And when I'm doing that, then you'll understand exactly what I'm doing. So this is a daily chart, and we're right now starting this L phase. What this means, buy phase, sell phase, buy phase, sell phase. This buy phase was successful, but it looks like it hasn't changed. So what you have to do, I'm going to create a brand new chart for now. New chart. Bring it over. What I'm going to do, I'm doing YM. Just a day chart. That's all I'm doing. I hit OK. Alrighty, and I don't need the chart trader on. I'm turning off chart trader for now. I'll tell you what these lines represent. They'll be on the 4-hour chart. Now, as you can see, before I go into the swing scanner, get rid of that box. Don't need that one. Oh, I did. I wrote that for later. Oh well. So anyways, as you can see, the market is on daily. It's very, very flat. So we have to watch, and I bet you these guys are waiting to see what the heck is going to be on the impeachment. One thing, but we're expecting on the swing scanner to go down. It could invert. We do not know. So what we do just look for, and I know you guys, your folder says ABC Trader. I haven't updated mine, so this is before I switched it to the folder. What we do, we're just going to go into Swing Scanner. Okay? Hit OK. If I do add it, maybe I'll try it again. Sorry, didn't hit add. So Swing Scanner. Hit add. I leave everything as is. I'm not changing anything. Oh, sorry. If you're not from Eastern Standard Time, I have my computer set for Eastern Standard Time. I always trade Eastern Standard, so I leave it that way to keep everything consistent. So if you're in Mountain Standard, you have to go -2 if you're a different area. But if you set your server or your computer to New York time or whatever, you can keep this at 0. Okay? You hit apply, and away you go. It's set and done. And what you'll have are timestamps saying when the phase was supposed to change. The next timestamp, when it gets closer to this time, it will actually calculate it for you. Okay? So we're in the sell phase. Because it's a daily chart, it's kind of the thing about NinjaTrader is they always change the daily chart when the bar closes. I think it was 3 or 4 p.m. So it's kind of, it doesn't work that well. For my horizontal line, what I do, I switch it to a 15-minute chart. And see this white dotted line right here? That's when I informed you guys the market was supposed to go down. Guess what? This time it worked really well. Right on the money. Basically it was, you know, slowly but surely, but look at this time. As soon as this activated, look at it go. It went like crazy. Now it's going to retrace. And this is what I call the line in the sand. Okay, guys? If you are a position trader, you put your order in, and let's say you have multiple contracts, and you know what? Let's say here, what we were at 31,000. So about 150 points, you know, 31. Yeah, so 150 points. You could have made some money and saying, keep this and let it hold. Break even and watch 3 or 4 days later and seeing where your profit targets could be, or you look for support and resistance. And that's basically what the bias is. And what we want to do, once we get into that phase, we'll look at areas of support and resistance down here, here, and these are our zones where possible liquidation is. Okay? Now what I do when I'm creating this chart, is that chart that I created before? No, this is the chart I created. I added this line just for this white line, because if I make this line here, I locked it, I added a line, and I just changed the color, made it thick enough so when I look at all my other charts, I know where that line of the buy-sell phase activated, and that's all it's for. So all you have to do, I press F6, function 6 to create a horizontal line, and then I position it, change the colors, etc. Okay? Now, the next chart I create a minute chart. Oh, before I even do that, when you do go in the, almost at that area of interest. Okay, so the next phase, what I do is like I'll write, you know, daily, day 1, sell phase, etc. Okay? So, now, but what I'm going to do is the next chart, what I'm going to create, I'm going to be creating a minute chart. Okay? This minute chart, 40, 4-hour chart, we're going to work our way down. So on the 4-hour chart, 240 minute, perfect. Now we have 4-hour chart. Oh, but what I'm going to do is on the data series, I'm going to add 60 days. So I can just see a really good run. And what I'm going to do is see exactly how the market's. Just give me a second here. I'm just checking everything. I'm going to add. Let me see what did I add on this one so I can see. I know I added
just the basic trend cloud. Okay? I think I added, oh, that's right. And then I added trend cloud. So on the trend cloud, what we have, I want to see the deeper retracements, support, and resistance, okay? And see how long it's been trading. Basically, oh, let's add some days here too. I'm going to put 120 days on this one instead of 60. I really want to see how long it's been trading for. So basically, right after this election, when they had that big volatility, it went boom, 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 it's been creeping up as a nice runner here. And you can see how nice the cloud has been. Okay? During, you know, the elections, it was whipping up, whipping down, whipping up, and now she's on a continuous climb, slowly but surely. And we're right on the sell phase, so we're expecting for a pullback. Okay? Now, the other thing I added on this chart, I added the gamma fan. Okay? And I also added, of course, the time scanner. Okay? On the time scanner, I switch it to 1 hour. Check this in order to do a 1 hour analysis. Then I hit apply. Okay? Now what you're going to see on the GAN fan, you don't see anything on this chart because what we have to do is add the fan. So in order to add the fan, what we do is we create a start point. So I'm going to click down here. Start up for me. Hold on. I think because I have it saved already. Just reset here. Yeah. Son of a gun. But what we'll do is, oh, there it goes. Maybe I was just having a hiccup here. So we're going to put a start point. Enter. And then on the end point, I don't go to the top of the wick. I usually go to where the bodies are. So I'll put one right here. And then I draw the fan. And what you'll notice is it will vibrate. So you can see how it's following. This one was a little off, but as you can see, they follow for a while. And they'll follow each region because there's harmonics to it. Okay? See how she literally touched this little lower line? So when you're going from region to region, what I do is then we can put projections on the same file. Okay? And then we know where everything is. Okay? And this will disappear. I have two charts running here. So with that being said, what you want to do, what I do here and what these lines are, hit that reset, that's why I started doing that. What I'll do is on this bar here, where is it? It was previous before. But where the bar is before, I'm going to create for the most current time where the support resistance is. Like from here, this is when I did it earlier to here. So if it does come back down to these lines, I know what's happening. Okay? And that's all I do here. And then what I'll do is I'll start taking a look at the projections of what's happening. So they're saying the market possibly could go up at 1 o'clock. We don't know yet because we had too much consolidation. And this is how I finish this chart. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to close this chart totally because I already have it designed here. Okay? So I had them set up. I changed my angles before. So yeah, we'll put those blue arrows here. So they're still saying the market should be going up, but as you can tell, everything's tightening up. We don't know if she's going to pop or do a big retracement. We are in sell phase. So there might be choppy because of this whole impeachment thing. We don't know. It could be just an ugly day of trading. Oh, I did hit that area. But we'll find out. Okay? So the next chart, I'm going to just drag it over so you can see. You know, instead of doing that, I'll just switch the screen over. See, where's my OBS screen here? Right here. There we go. So what I have here, I have three other charts. I have a 15-minute chart. Volume in here. Gotta have one indicator. Volume. Okay. And these are the four indicators I have. I have day trend, fib zones. I always use time scanner for reference, and volume bars. Okay. You could also use, if you want, market maker. What the heck? I'll put market maker in there as well. Now I can really see that noise. And if all this cloud stuff is too noisy for you, you can reduce the opacity. And let's see here. So let's put, and you can change the color to it. So I'll put it down to maybe a 5% here. Okay. And what this open time means is you have to start your session time on market maker, because my market opens up at 5 in the afternoon. We close for an hour. So make sure you set that time for market maker to work. So if you're in Mountain Standard, it'll probably be, what is it? It's from 2 hours back, so it's probably 1500. So there we go. So now what you see here is the day trend. And what I look for is on the day trend, I said before, many times when the day trend is activated, I try to look for a retracement for a continuation, but like we've had a really bad consolidation for these past little waves, even from here and now maybe here because we're in the sell phase. And what I try to do when it gets within the zone, and that's what I'm saying earlier when I'm looking at my charts, this might be our selling opportunity, but we do have resistance through this market maker. We have a lot of market makers. And with the day trend, what I do is, even though it's a 15-minute chart, guys, I actually, for myself, I'm finding out I use a 10-minute time frame and I check it on the day trend. See right here, day trend. Check this. Switch this to 10 minutes. You can turn it off. If you turn it off, what you will see, now you see how it just went really crazy? Because it's been very choppy. So what I like to do, I want to keep it clean. I find out a 10-minute time frame works amazing. Okay? And then I leave everything as is, and we go from there. On the ATR fib zones, I leave everything as is. Time scanner, I leave everything as is. Volume bars and market maker, I left as is, except for this time here. Remember, you have to adjust the time accordingly. It is set for Eastern Standard Time, and I reduce the opacity here. Okay? That's for the 15-minute chart. And what have we noticed so far? We know the 4 hour is saying up. The day trends is saying that we're in a downtrend. So we have conflicting messages, but we have to see what's going to happen. Now on the 5-minute chart, and this is more of my trading chart, is between 5 and 1. Oh, I got to turn that off. Is and we'll go through it to turn that off. I have a lot of indicators, as you can see. We're going to go through them. This is what I analyze now. She hit it right on the money. Wow. So, as you can see at 9:35, it looks like the market's supposed to push up like crazy all day. Okay? But this possibly could be inverted. Okay? Right now, it looks like it is inverted. So what we can do is, and we'll go through actually I have to go through the indicators for you. We have market maker, as is. This is these white ones. Market open, as is again. Right? Okay? Set your market open time if you're Eastern Standard Time. Market scanner, which is this. I switch it, market scanner, in the region. You add it. I switch this to a simple moving average of 120. Stop outs, as is, but I made the lines thicker and I changed the colors. ATR zone, once again. No, ATR is as is. Trend changer. I'm adding this time and I'll show you why. You don't need it, but I leave it as is. Point of control, as is. Trend tracker, as is, but I turn this off because you'll have color codes here. Time scanner, as is. Volume bars, as is. And swing market analyzer, I turn off this check mark. I turn off the price check mark, and I turn off the display candle. And that's what I add. Okay? So when I do that, this is what the chart will look like. Except what I am going to do is swing market analyzer. I'm going to switch that. No, it was market maker. I'm going to switch that as well to a 5% opacity because it's just too much white there. I want to clear it up a bit so we can see better. Okay? So when we're looking at this chart, as you can tell, we're on a downtrend. And when I said, oh my gosh, I was looking at this zone. See, this is a trade of mine right here. I should have taken it, but I'm just teaching right now for it to push down. But because we're so close to the market right now, it could punch right up. We don't know. This is point of control. We've already hit low volume bars. So we have to see if it's going to retest it. And what we do know is we have areas of interest from here to here, all these different areas. And then this red line that we're thinking possibly it could go down. And remember, that was your Gann fan line, okay, that we created on the 4-hour chart. So when we have that all set, then we can go back to the 1-minute chart. And all I added this time for the 1-minute chart, because we have enough information, I just added the baseline and saying which direction it's projecting right now. As you can see, it wants to push down and we're in the cloud. The trade that I say if we're going to do the baseline is once you break the cloud, we can take the trade. And see how it literally touched the market open, guys, on the first time. If I was up at, well, actually I was up, I was walking this morning. But see, I could have took this trade back to the previous market open, bounces into the cloud, touches the market open, comes back to the cloud, goes to the second market open. Now it's vibrating here, going deeper up, but the trend is still strong. Actually, I'm going to add one more indicator to this. And so I have baseline, market open, and Williams. And then, of course, my time scanner. Let's go time scanner here. And I'm going to switch it, because I said I'm doing a 5-minute analysis. I'm going to stick it to 5 minutes. Okay, so 9:20, it says it's supposed to pull up, but this could be a failed signal. We'll find out. We don't have that 9:30 signal, which I really like. And the nice thing I like about it is we do have long time spans. The longer the time spans, the better it is for trading. Okay? Now, this chart here is a brand new chart. It's from Jose. Okay? If Jose is watching, hello, Jose. Now, what he has created, areas of interest, and I haven't finished this chart, but basically what we do is, except for this he doesn't use the ATR fib, but I want to see it, and see that was our trade right here for the pull down to see if it was going to work. But basically, if I'm looking at it correctly, because we have a lot of zones of interest that has resistance, I think his breakout line technically would have been, let me see, it's because this is too close. He probably would have broken out, taken a breakout trade from here to up here for this target to this target. And if it breaks down, he'll take this trade from here to here and see if it keeps on going down. Let's see here. So you have a big gap on the sell-off to our zone. We'll find out. Okay? And what he does is he adds the market maker, and we can turn this off at the end. But he looks only at the first square. And what he does is he looks at the projection of which way the price action is going. So what he'll do, he'll take a Fibonacci retracement, and if he says it's going down to up, and we had a discussion here. Good morning, Scorpy. And what he'll do, he'll say if the price action is going from 0 to 100 this way, see 0% to 100, he said he'll do it between 50 to 61%, but basically I have to change the numbers. It's between 38, a continuation trade, so between 50 to 38%. It's just the way it's on a retracement. So he wants a 38%, basically a 38 to 50% pullback on this one. And then what he'll do, he'll draw region lines. And then when he does that, when he looks at his price action, then what he'll do is he'll do that for, I have 15 days of data. He'll delete this indicator when it's all said and done. He knows what he wants. He'll delete all that, and this is his chart minus the ATR fib. Okay. He'll also add the high volume bars, and then he'll record where the high volume bars is. So he knew there was price action right here, a lot of resistance. And so what he wants to do is stay out of possibly the zone. And what he'll do, he'll create a rectangle. And he knows we're right in the zone here for market open. And he'll say, I'm going to stay away from this area, because it might just go boom, 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 and oscillate. So he'll wait for the breakdown this way, or he will wait for, this is tight, so this is, let me see, 60 to 90. It's a 40 tick move, but we're going against the trend, so we have to see where market open is. Oh yeah, and he also adds one more indicator here. It opened. And he turns everything off. I'm going to switch this to green as well. And I'm going to make this to a 1, just as tight as possible. And hit apply. So there you go. There's your previous market open. So it's a very tight spread. So, and we know this is the buy sell activator or swing scanner line that I created from the daily chart. So we know if it does tap, it might hit here and reverse. We don't know yet. Other than that, market's going to open in 2 minutes, and we can see exactly what the price action is going to happen. And he'll go from there. If the market pushes down hard, this is possibly our first trade, very tight. And then if it does keep on going, then we have a really good run. But we don't know. The thing I don't like about this whole trading thing is when we look at this number here, this is what the current market is. It's flat. There's no bias of buying. There's no bias of selling. We could look at delta. We could look at everything else. The only thing is we'll look at after 5 minutes in the open. We could see if this is going to be a snap back for continuation up or a snap back up this way for continuation down. We don't know. It's just really, it's setting up for something. So, but it's just because of the politics and everything, it's been so frustrating. And if we take a look, let's take a look at, let's see what's going to happen today. Markets are kind of pushing down here, showing a little bit of red. Fox Business now. Let's check Fox Business. See what they say. Stock futures dips. So we're trying to hopefully give you a signal. We don't know. We don't know what the news that they're going to do here. Other than that, we can just wait. Let's see. Ooh, she's chilly this morning. Okay, so market is open now. And what we want to do, we'll take a look at Jose's trading methodology. Go from there. I'm going to move this above and below. And as you can see, this market hasn't done anything in the first few seconds. So they're still in that indecision thing. And what Jose says, he will not trade until in this price action here, until it breaks. So this is a very tight trade, and then we can go from there. So this, now what you're going to notice is this zone is our market open price. And we can take bias for buying and selling. But we have to wait and see. And right now, as you can see, the ATR is on the sell side. It could break up to the north side. This is our swing scanner line that we wrote on the daily chart. So I'm going to switch it to the daily chart for a second here. Channel, switch this. So this is the daily chart. And then we did the swing scanner. This is our line in the sand, right? So there is a lot of resistance up there. And remember, this is an ultimate projection or lower projection. And if it really crashes, that's our next phase. See, we have to, this is where the gap is, right? Okay. Let's transition back. And so instead of just jumping into a trade, and I've taken some couple of losses, and it's been driving me crazy because usually the price action really explodes. But look at this, 0. They're still playing with everybody here. And what we have to do is we have to wait and see if this breaks. Now, what do I have a, and see this line right here? This is a market maker line. And what we want to do is break the market maker, get out of this zone, and see where this is where the volume point of control is. So there's not much playing room right now. And so we have to wait. One of the things we could literally wait for on a trade, if it works well, we know this is 9:35, so we have to wait 3 more minutes to see if the true price action is happening. So if this is pushing up like this a little bit, and this and it holds like this possibly 9:35 is, let's see if I can invert it here. Maybe that's what it's looking at. Market's trying to push up, and then we're going to crash this. You see that? So we'll have to wait and see. Does anybody have questions? Oh, you know what? I better go on the Discord to tell a few of the people that I am live. Go on live, YouTube, so they know. It's chilly this morning. Okay. And then I'm going to add, I don't have my volumetrics chart here. I'm going to add a volumetrics chart just so I can see exactly what these guys are, as well as doing through volume. And this is actually a bot software. Okay, let's see if we break out of the zone. So I'm going to go cancel for now here. Yeah. Okay. Now let's see. Are we at 35 yet? 2 more minutes. Okay, so I can do this new chart. Let's go. I'm just going to add it here. Okay. So as you can see, we have a lot of volume price action trying to push up. So this could be that 9:35 thing, and we'll see if it fails. And if not, we can actually take and trade literally actually at the market open price and sell it down. Jose's is below here. Actually, this was this possibly could have been Jose's trade here, from here to here right now. Let me see here. Good morning, Mario. Let me see here. Chilly day. I hope it's warm in Edmonton today. Heard there was freezing rain. So now what I'm going to show you, I'm going to bring this screen across for now. Let's go and see here. There we go. Now what we're going to do, I just want to show you the range on this. So it's still within that range, see, and they're still playing that game. So the market's ugly. What we could possibly look for is hopefully getting up to this zone here. And then what we're going to do, I'll just put that line there. Just in case if it is, that could be a possible sell-off. So we can let the market creep up. Remember, this was the swing scanner line that we're thinking if it's going to be on the buy or sell phase. Maybe we can get in this zone for a sell-off. Okay, so I'm going to move that over for now. We're going to find out if that trade is going to reverse back down. Remember, this is our selling trade from here to here. 935 is 936 now. Now let's see if this was the exhaustion for the reversal. And if it is, possibly we can get into a trade here. And as you can tell, you guys, look at this. I don't know if it's the impeachment or whatever, we're flat. So it's really ugly trading right now. It's at 0. Some selling action there. So Edgar Cordero, I can see that you put a question in there. If you have any questions of different charts like Unity Renko, Scalp Trader, etc., I could show it to you. I don't have actually the Scalp Trader on today, but I just want to go through different charts here, and we'll see if there's any good trading opportunities. But one thing I do want to show you, emphasize, while this thing is piddling around on us. See, if we took the trade at 740 to 805, we could have made money. This one would have been a short stop out. 920 is working currently, and it's supposed to go to 11, but we don't know. This could be a creeper all the way up. And look at all this resistance. See this whole white band here? This is the ugly band. We've got to be out of this gray zone, this whole gray zone, in order to find a good trade. Because this is market maker after market. Good morning, Mr. Mike. So what I want to strongly emphasize, look at this. 1 day, market makers, that's their decision line. Second day, third day now. We have 3 days, actually a little bit higher here, but 3 or 4 days of could be accumulation, distribution. I don't know. I have to check what the money flow is. So they've set their positions up, and this is what they usually do. Because remember, I said we're in a sell phase now. So now maybe they're loading up their position for a big short. We don't know, but everything is still at 0. So we as day traders, we're trying to scalp $100 or $200. We could have been totally destroyed here, and this is an ugly zone. This whole zone here. So what we're going to do, I got 3 charts here. I'll put it back to the other one. So where Jose's trade is, I'm not sure. I know you're watching, Jose. If this was your trade here, or was it the bar above it? That's my question. Because it was so tight. Here's market open here. This could have been our first trade, but I'm not sure. But other than that, this is what we're waiting for. We're waiting to try to get out of all this ugly area. Hopefully get to a target here. And then if this breaks down from here to here, this is our big runner. So we've got 100. This, if we do a 2 contract here, this is our $1,000 trade right here. Other than that, we're just waiting. While this is playing around, that's always a secret. Alrighty. And I'm not sure, Isham, are you online today? Be back. Yeah, still playing ugly. Okay. It's a waiting game here. So she's starting to, looks like it's breaking, but we don't know yet. It's see the market creeped up to 6-7%. Remember, this is the line in the sand we have to wait for. If it breaks here, maybe, but it's moving way too slow for my liking. It's 9:35. It looks like it's holding here. Maybe she's going to fire up, fire down. We don't know yet. But you know what we can do? Let's add something. If you guys own the software, let's just get. This is from NinjaTrader. Let's see what the delta is saying. So the delta looks like they really want to push it up. They're holding it. See? Look at this push up here. Made this little loop and they're really being aggressive, but there's no, they're holding it. They're buying everything up. So there must be a lot of stops in the zone there. That's an insane buy up. Let's see. Yeah, it spiked right up. Spiked right up and right, the market's not moving. Let's see. Hot coffee is much better than cold coffee. Okay. What I'm also going to, there we go. Now, what I want to show you is, this is when I'm saying about the 935 signal. I always look at order, or just order flow. So you can see 935 is up. Now they want to push it down. We probably can get down here, but we'll have to see if this was their fake out for buying and selling. We'll have to see if they're going to snap back and forth, because remember, this is the range. This is where all the volume is sitting. And we just have to wait and see, instead of just jumping into a trade. Alrighty. Now what you can do, see how aggressive it is. There we go. This is our first 5-minute bar, right? And we're almost at 15 minutes. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to hopefully add one more indicator here. This is another one called levels. And see what the projection is. In 2 minutes, we're going to get a couple of lines in the sand to find out exactly what these guys are doing. And see how it's just holding right on. So we had an extreme high volume buying up, extreme high volume buying down. Let's see if they play around in the zone, or we can get into a trade here. Remember, this is our market open price line. One of my trades that I wanted to do, but it was too early in the morning, is the ATR fib zone, where you see this green dotted line is, this would have been our trade for shorting right now. Okay? But because, like I said, this market went from 7%, now we're at 0 again. They're playing. This is a very important number, guys. An extremely important number. Because the market's not moving. And what I like to usually see is a 0.5% or maybe 0.75%. Because when you go in there, then you can trend change, uptrend. Let's see what happens. Okay. Let's see if it's so on the trend changer, I put the soundbite on so I could hear it. They said trend change up 10, but it could be a failed signal. And we're going to find out. There was a lot of energy coming in. This could have held, came back up, and then look what happened. Volume point of control's in, just switched from here to here. So I have a feeling this green one, it actually might start failing, but we'll find out here right away. But Delta is still, oh, this is terrible trading today. No movement. I'd love to get traded. Boom. Yeah, see, even here, look at, we're within that high volume delta. So it has to break out on either direction. So there's two types of bars. There's called a high volume bar, and I call it volume delta. So we have positive delta on this side, and as you can see, she's still pushing up. They're trying to really push it up. but we have to wait and see. And as you can see where it's tapping always right here and here and here and here, because I said this is the institution's market maker line right here, guys. That's why it's playing the stupid game. See this market maker? This is the most current market maker. When it's yellow right here, the most current day, this is what they're doing. They're loading up. Maybe they're loading up. They're loading up. If they break here, great. If not, if it starts failing, then we can go this direction. And here it's outside of that zone here, but it's I have a feeling the market's going to go down, but just have to give them that 1/2 hour. We got for 15 minutes in. They're buying a lot of delta though, so they're buying a lot. So maybe, I don't know, maybe they're pushing. They are going to buy it. I don't know. Does anybody know about delta? If delta's going up and the market is flat, I always get confused on that. Usually, you get a really good harmonics. You know, 2 days like this. Well, you know what I'm going to do? I will also show you another indicator when it comes like times like this. Okay. I'm going to put in, I'm just going to drag it over. I got to make sure I'm on the right screen here. Lion. We're going to go back to a uni wrinkle bar, and I have it set for 1148. See? Okay. Then I'm going to hit OK. And it's the most straightforward indicator that you can have. And what I have for you guys is called scalp trader. Okay. Now on scalp trader, what you do is once you set it up, you can put it on your sim account. I'll put it on my live account, and then you can design any strategy that you want. I created one called 4-tick, baseline, and fib ATR. I'm going to keep it on one of my options, and I'll get into it. It's with the ATR. I'm going to put it to continuation for now, okay? And I'll hit apply. You're going to get 3 buttons there, or 6 buttons total. So we can see what the chart looks like. And I don't know why it does this for me all the time. There we go. Yours is set. And what you want to do is, if you're going to trade, because we look at all this consolidation was going up and down, up and down, up and down, we want to wait until she breaks out. And the key is we want to wait for the retracement. And for being a retracement, what you want to do is get within the zone, pop out. And what I have to do, one more thing here. On this indicator, I think your newer one, I turned it off. Mine, I have to. Yeah, I got to put it to on bar close. There we go. And so we're waiting for it to fail. And see, when you're looking at these deep wicks, this is where the buying and selling is happening. And then these wicks here, if you find them lining up, you can see where these market makers are holding. And you could tell, look how ugly this is. Up, down, up, down. It's too much. Usually it has a nice rhythm. And you can get, 8 ticks here, 8 ticks there. If you're, let's say you do 20 ticks, right? On 2 contracts, you're already done your $200 really quickly. But what we do is, and when you get to this blue bar, that's 24 ticks to go up. But right now, when you look at it at the volumetrics with this, we're at 3,000 contracts on that bar. A lot lower than ES. 4,000, 600, 3,000. So you just got to let them play this game, whip everybody out, and once you get to 42, possibly, but then you have resistance at 24. This green dotted line is the short-term baseline scalper, so we know the trend is pushing up on the short term, but on the longer term, it wants to push down. So we're right kind of in that cross, possible transition going up or down, and that's one of the reasons why we're still flat. And if we look at our volume again, it looks like it wants to push down. See, red, red, green, red, red. It's just holding, still within that range. There hasn't been any total failure yet. I just wish I could do a live trade here for you guys. So we're a half hour in. Let's see, is there any other times that are good? So 9:20, nothing. Didn't put it on a higher time frame. 9:30, push up, nothing's happening. Where are we? Oh, perfect. Day trend did hit perfectly right here for the sell-off on 15-minute, but see how flat it is? It's all doji candles again. Need to get out of this zone. Alrighty. 5-minute. Focus on this. Looks like she's finally starting to fail. There we go. Break out of this delta. Go back up again. And one big secret is, okay, now what I'm going to show you here. We finally broke down, but see how it hit the 35.36? We're going to wait for the pullback to see if there's still continuation. The key is to use, when you're using the scalp trader, wait till you're outside of the cloud. That's one of the best opportunities, so you can do that run to 869. Get out of that danger zone. Sometimes it will tap and come back up. So it's going to hit 30, 33, 32. She's starting to move finally. This is what we're looking for. We're in this zone here. This was Jose's zone, so we just have to wait a little while. Get some confirmation. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try it. Nope, not yet. Not yet. And the reason why I'm not out of the cloud yet. Let's see if it reverses at 24. This was our first failure. Still playing that game. See how I'll show you right here, just on the bottom of the cloud, but we haven't broke yet, and we're just going to break right late. How much volume did we have on this? 1900. Okay, I'm going to bring it down to, I only have one contract. That's okay, we'll play with one contract. Let's see. Look at that. Delta's going up and the market's going down. Figure that out. Do a pullback. The reason why I'm out there, that's just right outside of the cloud. And if it does go down, see, Jose's thing is to break here to go to here. We'll see if this was just the first pullback, because it's just holding within that zone. Three. Just check something here and I'll show you what I'm doing. 6. Go. Look at that. First impulse move. Let it come back. They're playing this game. See how they did that first move? It hit that 1824 area. But see, this thing is turning red here from green to red, so I like that now. Let it do a pullback. Now what I can do, if I'm right, I'm going to go a sell ATR now. This is your continuation line right here. Okay? So I brought it in a little more conservative. If this goes even deeper to this line, I might pull it to zone 1 and hopefully take a trade. So what I'll do, let's see what the energy looks like. Just doing another pullback. That's fine. And this wick to this wick, maybe we'll go to this wick here. And if it reverses, we're not in a bad trade. So they're doing 61% retracement from here to here, 76 now. So what I'm going to do, even if I'm wrong, it doesn't matter. I'm going to move it to zone 1. I'll get a better, hopefully a better price point. Now they're hitting the scalper here. And if it breaks and reverses, it breaks and reverses. We don't care. Now what I can do, I'm going to move it to zone 2, 38% retracement. Pulling it back closer and closer to the mid-bound. This is our mid-bound line right here. And they did do a deep enough retracement. And we'll take a look at, see these 2 wicks right here? There's a couple resistance points there. So they're just trying to pull back. And let's take a look what's happening on this bar. So basically what they've done, they've came back to market open price. We're still really flat. So we're trying to get a trade in, but it looks like there's nothing happening. What a terrible trade day today. We're top of the hour, 8 o'clock. Let's see what happens. 8 o'clock, there's usually some type of spike happening. Delta is going up. Oh, it's still continuously going up. So you know what? We'll wait. We'll wait top of the hour and see what happens. It's frustrating today, guys. 76, 18. We could take an 18 sell off. It's more cautious trade to see if it does fail. But look at this. I don't understand this. Market going down, Delta going up. Figure that out, eh? And she breaks down to 18. Where can we go? We can go to this line or to 69. Okay, I'm gonna go. Let me try this. 2 contract, 1 second. Sell stop market. Put it on 18 here for now. Top of the hour, we got 1 more minute left. Let's see what happens. What is our, let me just check something here. Negative 0.05. Market is still flat. Unbelievable. Okay, 8 o'clock coming in. Or 10 o'clock, sorry, Eastern Standard. Okay, let's see if they punch it up hard or punch it down. Let's see what this candle, this chart is saying. Still holding it, eh? Oh, if that's the case, I'll just put it down. Very flat. Very flat. There's no trading today. Unbelievable. No trading today. Market's going up, Delta. Everything is just disgusting. Look at this. It's still holding. They're trying to push up, push down, push up, push down. If it gets to here, if it really gets to here, then this might be my short break from here. Because this, guys that came late in the room, let's switch this over. So this one, yeah. This line is swing scanner time, and these are my targets, ultimate targets here, where the these red zones are, depending on which direction it's going to go. But I'm looking for it to go south. But there just hasn't been any price action. So, and you don't need all these charts, guys. I'm trying to show you because you guys, there's a whole bunch of different types of traders out there. So I'm just trying to show as much as I can in order for you to understand what I look at. Okay, 9, 10, 11. Wow. Hopefully that's our first impulse move. Fib target 1. I just missed it a fib target. Should have had it a little higher. We'll see what happens. I'll put it down to 54 here. If I lose this again, then I lose it again. Okay, now we got a controller. Okay, and then control 3. I forgot to do this. Boom, boom. That's the reason why I chose it. Volume point of control from here to here. 1 tick higher. We can actually put it on fib target 1 here. Come on, guys, push her down. Where are we on this chart? Yeah, they did the pullback to touch the baseline cloud. 1900, that's our ultimate bottom here. One more. Okay, first target filled. Now what we could do is we could put it to break even, +1. So we got money in the bank already. Like that. If it pulls back, pulls back. But I just wanted to hopefully show you a trade today, even though the market's terrible today. And we can go from there. This is actually Jose's breakout is probably right down here. And if you're looking at this chart, see that sell-off, these guys, these dirty dogs? And it needs to get to this volume point of control. It's going to hit this volume point of control. If it really goes, it's going to go way down here. Okay. And now what we can do as well as playing this game. So now we're in a free trade. See, we're just outside of this zone here. See, this is the 70% zone. See how she's starting to break down on this line? I'll probably get stopped out here. Yeah, I thought so. So yeah, it's not much of a trade, but it's just to show you we're playing this really, really ugly game. And it's just being patient enough to wait for the trade. And you guys, take a look at this. We're trying to break down. Once we break this zone, and let's see, it did pull back. My stop was too tight on that break even. But now we're breaking out of Jose's area. We're almost out of Jose's area. Yeah, see, she would have made it. She's going to break down now. And then what Jose would do, I presume, because these are our zones of interest. What he'll do, again, I'll try Jose's trade here. This is from 0.8 to 0. Of course, the guys will have to cut grass today. It's bigger. Okay. Hopefully they'll be fast. And so what Jose uses this is actually as a target. But because there was nothing in this zone, he still probably wouldn't have traded it. He was going to wait till we break down this trade because this whole area. Now take a look at this. We we got our trade in this zone. And the only reason why I took it, I was using right here. See the pullback? 88 and we got to 69. So I'm after from here from 69 to 67. So we're just waiting for all this vibration to finish. The only thing where we do have support resistance. Keep it going, keep it going. This is a market open price line. So there you go. So anyways, guys, what I'm going to do is I told the gardeners not to do this today. And I know they're going to be doing it for the next hour or two. I'm going to shut down this video. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. And hopefully we can find a really good trade day. And instead of this ugly consolidation. Other than that, you guys just make sure to pinpoint your trades, trade safe. If you have any questions, about momentum pattern and all that, I'll start doing some other videos. Okay, guys, you take care. Okay, bye.